Hello, we are back with video 3 of my AP English Language and Composition Exam Bootcamp. I guess that's what I'm calling it now. But in today's video, we are going to talk about all of the writing that you're going to be doing. And when I say all of the writing, I am so serious. You're going to be writing for 2 hours straight. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3 different types of free response questions that you are going to see. And if you don't know who I am Hey Teacher Brumfield, creator of Hey Teacher Brumfield, your favorite teacher helping you understand all of the concepts of English language and composition. In my previous videos, we talked about what is the AP English language exam, what do the multiple choice questions look like. In this video, we're going to break down the 3 essays that you guys are going to be writing on this section of the essay. Like I said, there are 3 questions, which are really essays. You'll have 2 hours and 15 minutes to write a synthesis, rhetorical analysis, and argument essay. And this portion is worth 55% or a little bit more than half of your overall grade.
Just literally on the verge of like a mental breakdown.
I know in the beginning of this video I said that you had 2 hours to write, and that's because 15 of those minutes are reserved specifically for you reading through each of the different prompts and planning out what you want to include in your essay. With the synthesis question, you are basically going to compile evidence from 3 of the 6 or 7 sources that they provide to you. Sources are there to help you cultivate or develop argument toward the topic presented in the prompt. When you're writing a synthesis essay, go through each of those sources and automatically start figuring out which ones are just completely unreliable and which ones may help support your position on the topic. Do not go in here and try to figure out if the sources will help you change your position. You can get up to 1 point for the thesis statement, easiest point on this entire rubric to get, write a thesis statement. The second row is the evidence and commentary. No matter how wonderfully developed your argument is, if you do not use at least 3 of those sources that they provide, you cannot score higher than a 1. And then the last category on the rubric is the sophistication point. If you are a student trying to get the sophistication point, I encourage you to do so. You have a wonderful essay, nothing's wrong with it. You're so persuasive in your words. Those are things that are going to get you the sophistication point. Very few people get the sophistication point, and this is why, because you really have to be a well-rounded writer in order to get that. Even if you don't get the sophistication point, you can still score very well. The second essay that you are going to write will be the rhetorical analysis, and the rhetorical analysis essay uses the same mindset that you would have when you were answering the reading comprehension questions from the multiple choice section. So with the rhetorical analysis question, you are going to be given a passage. At the beginning of that passage, they will give you a blurb or a bit of information. Make sure that you pay attention because you're going to get a lot of information about the rhetorical situation of that passage. For whatever rhetorical device that you decide to use, make sure that you connect it back to the rhetorical situation, explaining the meaning, the purpose, and the impact. And notice I said device, singular. When you look at the rubric, to get a 3 on the evidence and commentary, which is on the higher end, all you have to do is explain 1 rhetorical device. If you really want to go for it, talk about at least 2 rhetorical choices and explain how they intermingle with one another throughout the passage to create this effectiveness of whatever the author is trying to convey. Again, to get the thesis statement point here, you want to make sure that you have a clear and defensible thesis statement. I can show you guys how to do that in a future video. You also want to make sure that you are always connecting back to the rhetorical situation. And the very last essay that you're going to write is the argument essay. And in my personal opinion, the argument essay is the easiest essay and the hardest essay at the same exact time. When you are in this test mindset, it's very hard to figure out where am I going to pull my evidence to help construct this position that I may have on whatever topic they give you. You get no sources. It is all you and whatever whatever you have in your brain trying to develop this essay. So some tips and tricks that I have for you on the argument essay. Of course, always start with a defensible position. You really need to pick a side. You want to include a counter argument, a call to action. You are becoming the writer that you have analyzed for pretty much all of the rest of this exam. Another question I get from students is, do I have to write a full-length essay? For this timed writing, it's not so much about how much you write, but what you write. AP readers are more concerned with the content of your essay rather than the length of your essay. And I know, like, oh, I'm just gonna do a paragraph and call it a day.
And that's when it hit me. The best idea I ever had in my entire life. That's the worst idea you ever had in your entire life.
But a paragraph isn't quite going to cut it. It's not gonna get you the best score. If you can get a paragraph, you can get at least 2 or 3 within the allotted time. If you like this video and you want to know more about how to hack these exams and do your best, make sure that you subscribe to my channel here at Hey Teacher Brumfield down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.